Welcome everyone. Golf balls are unique in that they're the only piece of equipment we use on every shot. With so many makes and models and constructions available, how do you know which ball may work best for you? That's what I'm here to help with today. If there's a ball or balls that you would like me to test, put them in the comments below and stay tuned to the end of the video where not only will I be cutting open both balls we're testing today, but I will tell you the biggest mistake I see golfers make around golf balls and how a small change could improve your score and handicap. Today I'm going to put the Callaway Chrome Tour X, my gamer ball, and a premium tour ball up against one of Callaway's most popular balls, the Supersoft, that sits in a much more of a budget-friendly end of the market and is one of the best-selling balls from any manufacturer. We are going to look at 50-yard pitch shots, full 8-iron shots, and driver to see if there's any difference in distance, spin, and launch to try and help you understand what difference a ball can make to your game. I have a reasonably fast swing speed, so I will complete the test at my speeds, but will also then dial it back to more average golfer speeds for 8-iron around 70 to 75 miles an hour and driver around 90 to 95 miles an hour, so we can see if there's any difference in the results. I'm Graham. Now let's get on the launch monitor and start collecting some data. The Chrome Tour X is one of Callaway's tour ball options. It's a 4-piece construction, meaning it has 4 layers, a core, 2 inner mantles and a cover, which in this case is urethane. The ball is one of Callaway's highest spinning models, designed for maximum control around the greens, but without losing distance from the tee. It is considered a harder golf ball with a compression of around 98. Although the construction and cover do help to make this feel softer than it may seem from the numbers, in my opinion. The Callaway Supersoft is one of Callaway's most popular balls and sits towards the budget end of their range. It's a 2-piece construction which includes a soft core and an ionomer cover instead of a urethane cover, which as a general rule is more durable but produces less spin. The compression of the ball is around the 40 mark, so less than half that of the Chrome Tour X, and this is what makes the ball feel so soft. Most players really enjoy this soft feeling when they hit the ball, but what impact does the softness and construction have on performance, if any? Let's now look at both balls with an 8-iron at my speed. Now let's have a look at a driver shot with each ball. Okay, that's the shots at my normal swing speed. So now let's repeat the 8-iron shots and the driver at average golfer speed. Right, we've hit a bunch of shots with both balls at different speeds and with different clubs. So let's now take a look at the data that I have gathered. Let's look at the 50-yard shots first, where control is vital to score. As you can see, the club speeds and ball speeds were not too far apart, but you can really see the difference in the spin numbers from these two balls. The low spin of the Supersoft of less than 5,500 RPM could be problematic for shots from 50 yards, especially if you have to pitch over something like a bunker to a tight flag, as you won't want the ball running out. I certainly wouldn't be happy to compromise on these spin numbers for my game. Interestingly, we can also see that the launch of the Supersoft is higher than the Chrome Tour X ball, and I saw this while hitting the balls as they were routinely hitting the net higher up. I would expect this though, as the Tour ball usually comes out lower but with higher spin to help with control, partly due to the construction. So for me, here the lack of spin at 50 yards is something I would be concerned about when trying to score. Let's now look at the 8 iron at my speed. As you can see, the club head speed is pretty similar, and interestingly, so is the ball speed. The carry distances are practically identical, but there are again a couple of key takeaways as to how each ball achieved its results. Once more, we see the Chrome Tour X spinning a little bit more and launching a bit lower, helping to create distance with control. Whereas once again, the Supersoft had a little bit less spin but launched higher. Ultimately, this is a very interesting result, as both balls were pretty comparable in this part of the test. So a good result for the budget Supersoft ball here. Let's now check out the driver at my speeds, and wow, now we're really seeing the difference. Again, my club head speeds are very close, but there's a much bigger gap in the ball speeds. Chrome Tour X at 161.5 miles an hour, but Supersoft at 156.6. That's a full 5 miles an hour difference from comparable club speeds. Even though the Supersoft had slightly lower spin than the Chrome Tour X, that ball speed gap made all the difference, with the Chrome Tour X ending up nearly 10 yards further. That's one whole club nearer the green, and with a more controllable spin number at 2,500. So in conclusion, for a player such as myself with good club head speed and a low handicap of 2, certainly playing the Supersoft ball would be detrimental to my game, with a lack of spin around the greens and it being a club shorter off the tee. That would just make golf even harder for me than it already is. Although, let's be fair here, Callaway isn't marketing the Supersoft ball at me as a player, but it does go to show if you are a player with a faster swing speed, no matter what your handicap, and you are playing Supersoft, you should perhaps test some other firmer balls. One could actually help you improve and lower your handicap. Right, enough about the longer hitters. Let's now look at the data from my swings at average speed. I'm reminding you that's about 70 to 75 miles an hour for the 8 iron and 90 to 95 for the driver. But before we do, now is the time to hit the subscribe button so you continue to receive great golf content from my channel. It's free to do and it helps me a lot. So looking at the 8 iron data, the results are even closer than at my swing speed, with comparable ball speeds, spin and carry distances. So the conclusion here really is that both balls perform well with mid irons across the board. Looking at the driver, and again we see slightly closer results as swing speed reduces, but still see the same pattern that the Supersoft just can't create the same ball speed as the Chrome Tour X, and this results in around 5 yards difference in carry with similar spin numbers. So for the average swing speed golfer, pretty much the same applies as to the faster swing speed player. The Supersoft will still spin less on short shots. There isn't much to choose between both balls on mid-iron shots, but once again the Supersoft is just a bit shorter off the tee. Again, you have to look at all factors when picking a ball, but if it's based purely on the data, then even an average swing speed player is better off playing the Chrome Tour X performance-wise. So ultimately, and as likely suspected, the premium ball outperformed the budget ball in most areas. Does this mean that the Supersoft is a bad golf ball? Not necessarily, as again, a lot of golfers do not like firm feeling balls, and the Supersoft is certainly soft. But you really need to look at the trade-off of how a ball feels against how it performs. For me personally, if you told me if I played the Supersoft I would be hitting one more club into each of the par 4s and 5s, and my pitching and chipping may not be as controlled, I'm pretty sure I would learn to like a firmer ball. But that's just me. Okay, so let's have some fun now and cut both of these balls open so we can see the difference in the construction. You can clearly see in side-by-side comparison the 2 layers of the Supersoft and the 4 layers of the Chrome Tour X. The more complicated manufacturing process will add to the cost of the ball, but the performance benefits are clear. Am I saying it's wrong to play Supersoft? Certainly not, as everyone can choose to play the ball they prefer for whatever reason, be that feel, price, distance, colours available, or even brand loyalty. But it is important to know that likely every ball comes with some sort of trade-off, and you personally need to balance that. The Chrome Tour X is firmer feeling and expensive. The Supersoft is good value but costs speed and spin. With so many options on the market these days, there is likely a ball that meets all your requirements as closely as possible, and that ultimately you feel comfortable playing. If you can find that ball and are confident it meets your performance and other criteria, then that's a great starting point to have and gives you the ability to test other balls against that as a baseline. A reminder, if there is a ball or balls you want me to test or compare, then pop that information in the comments section below. So, what is the killer mistake I see people make when choosing a golf ball that could be impacting their game and handicap? Ultimately, it's not choosing a golf ball. I bet you have played with someone, or it may even be you. You start your round with a Srixon AD333. When you lose that, you dig into your bag and pull out a tailor-made ball you found the other week. A few holes later, you find your ball in the trees, but also find a Titleist Pro V1. And on the next hole, you immediately put that in play, as it's a Pro V1 after all. As you have seen from this simple test I have done today, golf balls are not all the same, and each will play different to the next. So playing 3 different balls in one round, all that go different distances, all that spin differently, and all that feel different, especially off the putter, is not conducive to playing your best golf or lowering your handicap. Whether it's a Supersoft, a Chrome Tour X, or anything in between from any manufacturer, the biggest golf ball tip I can give is play the same make and model for the whole round. Your game and handicap will thank you in the long run. If you enjoyed this content, give it a like, subscribe so you don't miss more amazing content coming from the channel, and then check out this series of videos around hitting it further. I'm Graham, and I'll catch you on the course soon.